Hello everyone! Today I want to talk about desyncs in Star Citizen. What are desyncs? Two or more clients don't agree on the same timeline. You are doing things on one client, the other client only sees it a significant amount of time later, sometimes in Star Citizen several seconds later. This is well known for years. Quite often I play with two of my accounts because I'm testing something. I'm moving one character, the other account sees it like 1, 2, sometimes only 3 seconds later. I have very good PCs, I have very good internet, and I've never seen it so bad like it is in Star Citizen. Star Citizen always had a lot of desyncs, but in the old days, when we had a 24-player cap, it was acceptable. Nowadays, when we have a player cap of 600, it's really going through the roof with desyncs. And it has gotten way worse already in 3.18 when we got PES. Now, desyncs don't happen all the time. If someone plays mostly off hours, with not much players on his server, he can be alright. This year we had 2 Star Citizen lives with Benoit Bourgeois, and he didn't mention desyncs, not even once. This was in February, almost 3 hours, and in September, almost 3 hours again. Star Citizen is a game where you are fighting NPCs and other players in ship combat and in first-person shooter combat. But this doesn't work if we have so much desyncs. Why does CRG never mention desyncs? My guess? CRG knows their engine is old and obsolete. CryEngine, Star Engine, whatever, was not intended to be used for an MMO. CRG knows their servers cannot handle the traffic of an MMO, and server meshing is not the silver bullet. Of course, right now we only have the first iteration of server meshing, static server meshing we got in January 2025. Servers in the meshed shards have to talk to each other, or at least to the main server. This doesn't exactly help with desyncs, this makes desyncs worse. And Chris' obsession with PS, hey, I want to find the cup I threw into the woods 4 weeks ago, doesn't help either. Who needs this, Chris? No one cares, but you, I guess. With PS, persistent entity streaming, servers have to track a lot of objects no one cares about. We even have items accumulating in the center of planets and moons.
But the proper persistence is I go anywhere, I take my Elroy's cup, I get my coffee at the space station, I take it with me, I get on the spaceship, I fly to a planet, I walk in a forest, I litter, I drop it on the floor in the forest, I get off, I fly away, and then Sean flies to the forest and sees an Elroy cup when he arrives in that area. So,
and I grab it and I sell it.
Yeah, there you go.
But then you come back and you think that there's a bug in the game because it's gone, whereas in reality, Sean took it.
Yeah, so the second stage of the SOCs is the full persistence comes in with what we call the iCache, which basically will save out all the state and position of any item in the game when you move away from it. So if you have to, which is what's happening on the server right now, it streams out like what's there, and right now we're persisting it in the server's memory, but we aren't persisting it back to a cloud database just yet.
Here we have a Spectrum post from Pointer, desyncs in FPS gameplay. Is CRG working towards reducing the desync experienced in FPS gameplay? I would like to add it's not only in FPS gameplay, it's also in ship combat. Quite often NPCs and players are teleporting all over your screen. Instancing can help, but likely isn't going to be a magic bullet for this. Yeah, looks like CRG wants to go more and more into instancing. I'm not opposed to this, but instancing alone is not a solution. We need to be able to fight players and NPCs in space combat and on planets and moons. Not everything can be instanced. The first clip still showcases significantly delayed damage updates and death. The clip demonstrates the classic desync shot behind wall effect. Second clip shows some incoherent gameplay and delayed damage taken from enemy firing while looking in the wrong direction due to desyncs. The third clip features a death experienced well behind cover. You can hear the enemy firing in the far distance. The player in the clip gets almost full killed, as you can observe in that time until death. I noticed in the Benoit SLs about Star Citizen performance issues, a response to this sort of issue was never really addressed. No, it's way worse. In the almost 6 hours, Benoit Bourgeois didn't mention desyncs even once. And here's a clip. You can see shots coming in. He's now behind cover. He should be safe, but now he dies because of desync. And we have replies here from Heim Delight. Dabalta from FCU did a latency test removing lots of variables in a clean environment. EU clients connecting to EU servers. And the desync was horrible. We are talking 1200 milliseconds of desync between two clients, far more than any other multiplayer video game on the market. Actually, it can be way worse than 1.2 seconds desync between two clients. I'm playing with two of my accounts on two different PCs quite often because I test something. Both are in an elevator. I move one character. The other character sees this movement like 1, 2, sometimes 3 seconds later. And this comment from Catpaw. When I play Star Citizen together with my wife, we are in real life in the same room. And there are widely different things happening in our screens. Yeah, this is exactly what I mentioned and what I experience. I have very powerful PCs, I have very good internet, and I can see all the screens, of course. There are very different things happening on my clients quite often. There can be always some desyncs in online games, but I've never seen it that bad as it is in Star Citizen. If CRG cannot fix the desyncs, this game will be DOA, dead on arrival. Please CRG, talk to us. How do you want to fix desyncs? Is it dynamic server meshing? It would have the same issues static server meshing has. Servers have to talk to each other, or at least to the main server, so a lot more traffic is generated and this wouldn't help with desyncs. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Pistol 10% damage reduction arm.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months. Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months.
Ignore this one, this is my stationary prospector. I also would like to show you again those crazy desyncs we have in the game. There was no cut, this is real footage. I could see a flicker firing from top left, and next split second she was behind my egress. If CIG cannot fix those massive desyncs, even desyncs of players moving at player speeds, this game is dead.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months. Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.